My sister with autism scares away all potential partners. I just need to vent because I don't see any worthwhile solution to this problem besides waiting for the non-existent one. Long story short about my life. My mother died and in her will anointed me as guardian of my half-sister with autism. Our mother was an awful person that fucked up both of us emotionally. I could have said no, but I loved my sister dearly. Besides, no one else in my family wanted her, and throwing her into the foster care system would have destroyed her. Since then, I've been doing my best to raise my sister properly while attempting to live the life I want. She is very high-functioning, but she is very particular and has her quirks. However, she's been getting better at masking her autism. The problem is, living with her makes it almost impossible to go on dates, let alone find a relationship. Her school hours and my work schedule are almost completely aligned, thus giving very little time for me to go anywhere by myself. And I can't leave her by herself because of her special needs, let alone the fact she's still young, maybe when she's older. But still, by then, I feel like I'll have missed the prime of my life. Side note, we get help from the government, but they're practically useless aside from the monetary value. The respite caretakers we tried didn't even help. They were all glorified babysitters that didn't accommodate her needs at all, hence forcing my sister to be with me almost all the time. And because of this, I hardly get any chances to meet women. Honestly, my best successes have been through dating apps, and I hate it. From the sparse matches I get, dating activities are pretty limited since either my sister has to tag along or we chill at my place. Most of the time, my date gets weirded out by my sister and dip early. At best, it becomes a hookup. Then I get ghosted. It's so fucking frustrating that I just want to scream. I've recently stopped trying because it's been affecting my sister negatively. She feels like she is the reason why no one wants to be with me. Whenever I go on dates, she would try to help me. From being reclusive to being my wingman, bless her heart, to everything in between. In the end, her autism slips up and scares my date away. Yet despite this, I try my best not to blame her. It's not her fault for her brain being wired the way it is. And I don't blame any of my dates either. They can do whatever they want. The thing that makes me needlessly upset is that somehow, my sister has been in more relationships than me. She's only had one LOL, and she's in 6th grade with mild autism. I love my sister to death, but goddamn am I lonely. Update 1-2 months later. I took my sister to a restaurant I frequent the other day. She was feeling down, so I thought I should treat her. While me and the waitress that usually takes my orders chatted away, she gave my sister some crayons and some papers to color on. Once we got our orders settled, my sister, being autistic, interpreted me and the waitress chat as flirting. Granted, I did have a little crush on her. The waitress was pretty cute. But anyways, I tried to explain to her the lady was just doing her job, but she insisted that she liked me and I should ask for her number. I gave her every reason in the book why that was considered rude and could even make her uncomfortable. But she was insistent that the waitress liked me. When it finally came down to leaving, my sister shoved one of her drawings into the bill booklet thing. I asked her what she drew for the waitress, but she said it was a secret. She was terrible at keeping it though, because on the way home, she couldn't stop snickering. When I managed to pry out what she thought was so funny, she admitted that she left my phone number in the bill with a picture of me and the waitress holding hands. I was super embarrassed. I wasn't exactly mad that she left my number since I've thought of doing it a few times, but I still had to pretend to be upset so she doesn't accidentally get us doxxed or something. I told her that that wasn't cool, and she promised not to do it again. And for the next few hours, I resigned myself to never coming back to that restaurant. That is, until the waitress actually texted me. Long story short, I have a date coming up soon. Though I don't see it really going anywhere, it's still pretty nice. Edit. Since people seem to keep asking why I don't see it going anywhere, I meant that I don't expect it to go anywhere. For all intents and purposes, I'm a parent to my sister. And at 24, most women I meet, understandably, aren't about that life. And though my sister is good at masking being autistic in public, she drops it around me. She's an armful and I love her. But realistically, I don't see anyone making the effort to be with me long term. But that doesn't mean I can't try to find someone. I just keep my expectations tapered. Edit 2. Went on the date. It went great. My sister tagged along and we went to the mall together and had some ice cream. After I put my sister to sleep, The night ended in us hooking up. It was a nice, but it doesn't seem like she's looking for anything long-term. However, she was interested in still having a friends with benefits relationship with me. Emphasis on the friends part. She got along so well with me and my sister. Heck, she could be a special ed teacher with how chill she was. Emphasis on the benefits too, hey. From now on, she'll be sneaking in more loaves of bread into my appetizers, as well as some other stuff, lol. That's more than I could ever ask for. Update 2, 4 months later. This is my first real relationship that grew from a friends with benefits. And as the title suggested, it feels like more women are noticing me when I go out. For instance, while I was out taking my sister to the park, this lovely lady chatted me up and left her business card with me. And another time, the three of us were out at Dave & Buster's having a good time. This girl started openly flirting with me when my girlfriend was out of earshot. IDK, of course I wasn't acting on any of these advances. But like, where were these people when I was lonely as fuck earlier in my life, LMAO? Final update 3 years later. For context, I'm the guardian of my autistic sister. She masks very well in public to the point of passing being normal. But when she's not masking, she can look really bratty at best, and downright weird to other people at worst. I don't care. The goofball is my sister, and I love her. Anyways, whenever I go on dates, she hangs out with friends she can trust to partially unmask with. But things came up for them, and this dinner I was invited to, lined up with a time where her friends were all unavailable. I wanted to reschedule, but my girlfriend gave me a half-apologetic, half-worried look. This was with her parents, and her parents weren't the type to bend and reschedule unless I was in the hospital or something. I was already worried about meeting them before. I knew that they weren't exactly the warm and fuzzies type of people from the stories she's told. They were very much a product of their time, to say the least. But if they wanted me to come, I'd have to bring my sister. My sister was fine with coming along. Well, until we actually got there. The three of us went, and my God, it was awkward. My girlfriend had already briefed them about my situation. They knew I was my sister's guardian, and they knew she was autistic. But what they didn't know was that autistic people can be functioning humans. When they introduced themselves to her, it was as if they were talking to a baby with their voices slow and high-pitched. My girlfriend cringed and reiterated to them that my sister isn't like the autistic kids they're thinking of. My sister even shocked them by awkwardly laughing and introducing herself normally. Apparently, my girlfriend has been trying to tell them for months that she can mask. But they didn't quite understand what that meant until literally now. Well, kind of. They still had their own idea of how an autistic person should act. Of course, neither me or my sister wanted to be rude, and we tried being polite. But man, was their assumptions grating. On top of interrogating me about my job, they kept bringing up that it's okay for my sister to unmask. Of course, she didn't. She wasn't comfortable. She eventually excused herself, and I followed after. As we left, I overheard my girlfriend berating her parents for being so rude. We went outside, and I comforted my sister. She was not having a good time here and wanted to go home. I agreed. And to make her feel better, we joked about what she'd look like to them unmasking. And since both of us are meme shit posters, we pretended to be stereotypical autistic kids that my girlfriend's parents were definitely thinking of. The fuck up. We kept up the act a bit too long, and my girlfriend and her dad walked out on us looking like idiots. Something clicked in his head, and he started giving me that stay away from my daughter vibe. I let him know that my sister wasn't feeling well, and we were gonna head out. He gruffly agreed, and before my girlfriend could come with us, her dad told her to stay. They had something to discuss. All my girlfriend could do was give me a "I'm so fucking sorry" look. The next day, me and my girlfriend met up, and she looked so done with life. Apparently, after me and my sister left, her family got into a huge argument about me dating her. Her parents are convinced that I was masking being autistic too, and that we shouldn't be dating. They didn't want to have grandkids like us. Not like that would be an issue for more reasons than one. Safe to say, I don't think I have her parents' blessing, and won't be anytime soon. Luckily, she doesn't really care and is on my side, but I would have liked to have been on her parents' good side before. I popped the question with my girlfriend. Even I didn't have to interact with them. TLDR, I took my autistic sister with my girlfriend to meet her parents. They made my sister feel uncomfortable. wanting to see her unmasked. And to make her feel better, we both pretended to be exactly the kind of people they thought she would be in private. My girlfriend's dad saw. This sullied their perception of me, and now they think I'll give my girlfriend autistic grandkids. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.